It's been over 15 years since Left 4 Dead 2 was dropped, and somehow it still runs circles around most zombie games today. Lots of new games have dropped, with bigger budgets, better graphics, bigger studios, but nothing quite hits the same as Left 4 Dead 2 did all those years ago. So today, we're diving into what makes Left 4 Dead 2 timeless, and why it might just be one of the best zombie games ever made. Back in 2009, Valve dropped Left 4 Dead 2, a sequel that honestly nobody thought would hit as hard as it did. It came out during a time when zombie games were everywhere. Dead Rising, Resident Evil, COD Zombies. But Left 4 Dead felt different. It wasn't about being the strongest or having the best aim. It was about surviving and having fun as a team. 4 survivors, 1 goal, and a world that hated you. That simple setup created some of the most intense and memorable moments for people in gaming. But what made Left 4 Dead truly timeless wasn't the graphics, or even the gunplay. It was the design. Valve built something that just worked. It wasn't trying to reinvent shooters. It was trying to make you feel the panic, the teamwork, and the chaos. A huge reason this game still is very much alive today and has a huge following even after being 15 plus years old is because the AI director. The AI director was years ahead of its time. It didn't just spawn zombies randomly. It reacted to you. If your team was cruising through a map too easily, it would quietly crank up the tension. If you were struggling, it'd let you breathe for a second. You didn't just play Left 4 Dead 2. The game played you. That unpredictability meant every run felt different. Even after hundreds of hours or even thousands, you could load into the same campaign and still get caught off guard. 1 minute, everything's quiet. The next, a tank is throwing a car directly at your face. And that's what made this game so special. It captured the perfect balance between tension and fun, where every mistake turned into a story. You'd wipe in the finale, laugh about it, and instantly queue another round. That's something most modern games can't create. Even now, over a decade later, and it still nails that feeling. The music, the pacing, the atmosphere, all of it holds up. If you've ever played with your friends, you know exactly what I mean. But what really kept this game alive wasn't just Valve. It was the players. The Steam Workshop turned Left 4 Dead 2 into a sandbox. Fans made full-blown campaigns, remade the original Left 4 Dead 1 maps, even created crossover levels like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, or Dead by Daylight. There are over tens of thousands of custom mods, everything from weapon skins to full-on story campaigns. It's basically infinite content. And when you realize the game came out in 2009, that's insane. Valve might have moved on, but the community never did. There are still people running servers, hosting events, speedrunning campaigns, and new players still find this game every single day. And that's one of the beautiful things about it. This is one of those rare games that aged better with time, because the community refused to let it die. Everyone that's played Left 4 Dead 2 before has that one memory. The time someone accidentally shot a car alarm, the time a tank spawned mid-finale and wiped the whole squad, the time a smoker dragged your friend off a rooftop and everyone panicked trying to save him. It was pure chaos, but that's what made this game unforgettable. No matter how many times you played, Left 4 Dead 2 always gave you moments worth remembering. It didn't need flashy cutscenes, a skill tree, a battle pass, microtransactions, or any of that shit. It just gave you the tools, threw you into the fire, and said, good luck. And that's why people still talk about it, and it is still very alive to this day. It wasn't just a zombie game. It was the zombie game. The crazy thing is, even after all these years, Left 4 Dead 2 just still feels right. The shooting is punchy, but impactful. The movement is snappy, but smooth. Every gun has weight. There's no weird recoil patterns or clunky animations. When you shoot a zombie, it feels impactful. You feel every shotgun blast, every shove, every Molotov. And the sound design in this game is truly one of a kind. Every special infected has its own audio cue. The music score is gorgeous. I truly mean it when I say this game has one of my favorite sound designs of all time. You could genuinely play this game blindfolded and still know what's coming at you. That's perfection. Every element works together perfectly. The combat, the music cues, the lighting, the panic, all of it feeds into that one goal. Keep moving, stay alive, stick together. And that's why people still load it up today. It's not just nostalgia. It's because it's still fun. At this point, Left 4 Dead 2 doesn't feel like Valve's game anymore. It feels like ours. Valve built the foundation, but the community turned it into something bigger. Every mod, every custom map, every random group of players keeping lobbies alive, that's what's keeping Left 4 Dead 2 alive. And in my opinion, that's honestly one of the coolest things about it. Most games fade away when the support starts to end from the developer's end. But this one just didn't, because the players refused to let it. I think what really makes Left 4 Dead 2 special isn't just how well it aged. It's what it represents. It reminds us of why we fell in love with games in the first place. You're not grinding for skins, you're not chasing XP, you're just in it for the experience. That feeling when you and your friends are barely holding off against a horde, hearts pounding, laughing through the chaos. In my opinion, that's gaming at its purest form. No scoreboard, no distractions, just teamwork, tension, and fun. It's the kind of game that reminds you of how powerful simplicity can be. Every sound, every scream, every second you're fighting to survive, it pulls you in. And even after all these years, that feeling hasn't faded. It's easy to forget. With how much the industry has changed, that fun doesn't have to come from complexity. Sometimes it's just about surviving one more game with your friends. And maybe that's why Left 4 Dead 2 still stands out. It's not just a game we play. It's a feeling we've been chasing ever since. Even after all these years, Left 4 Dead 2 still has that magic you don't see in a lot of games today. It's not just about the zombies or the guns. It's about the moments that happen when you least expect them. These moments stick with you long after the game is turned off. And that's why new players are still discovering it. And veterans keep coming back, because it doesn't just give you a game. It gives you memories. It's the teamwork, the chaos, the stories and connections you make online, the people you meet, moments you remember years later, people you've met from years ago, and you still can't help but smile at the memories. And it's really as simple as that. That's the legacy of Left 4 Dead 2. It's a game that proves you don't need flashy graphics or endless updates to make something unforgettable. So whether you're revisiting it after years of not playing, or jumping in for the very first time, one thing is clear. The game still hits. It delivers moments that make you feel alive, on edge, and laughing with all of your friends. And honestly, in my opinion, that's why this game will never really fade away, because it's more than just a zombie game. It's that kind of game you remember for a lifetime. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video on why I think Left 4 Dead 2 is still one of the best zombie games of all time. This is actually my first time making a video like this, so if you guys enjoyed, I'd really love it if you could hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you guys have any feedback or suggestions for what I should cover next or things I could improve on, please drop it in the comments. I want to make more content like this, and your input would mean an absolute lot. But nonetheless, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video brought back some good memories or gave you a reason to check out the game for the very first time. But without further ado, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.